Hello, and welcome to Principles of Marketing. I'm your Professor John Harvey, and I apologize for not getting a video out to you last week. I am fighting a cold, so I am sniffly and coughing, and you can kind of hear my trucker voice here. So luckily the stuff doesn't translate online, so you should be okay. But I do apologize for not getting a video out. This week, it's going to be a short video, but this week you have a very important assignment. You'll notice that I cleared out your schedules from the chapters. Hopefully if you're staying up with everything, then you're done with the existing chapters, and this week you are just working on your marketing plan. So I know I've talked about it a little bit, but here's the layout again. I'm looking for 3 sections from you. I gave you the whole marketing evaluation in that little image in the assignments section, and over this semester I'm going to add more and more of those sections to your requirements. But this first marketing evaluation, you just have 3. You're going to do the executive summary, you're going to do the environmental analysis, and you're going to do the SWOT analysis. And so in the executive summary, this is where you learn all about and explain about the business, why you're interested in this business, and all that. The environmental analysis are the things that affect the business. This can be government, this can be technology, this can be all these kind of different things that will affect the business from outside. And then you're going to put a SWOT analysis together. Now, you already did one of those in the discussion board, so you're somewhat familiar with that. And the environmental analysis is something that you have already studied in terms of chapters, so you're familiar with that. Now, my grading criteria comes down to 3 things. 1, I'm looking to make sure that you network. Okay, so remember I told you earlier that you need to go find a business that you're interested in or someone that you'd like to work for. So the thing I'm looking for here is that you're stretching yourself. This is where you get an opportunity to take the fact that you're in college and get yourself connected to a company or a business that you would like to go to work for. And so this is a way to get in front of them and kind of do a pre-interview where you get to kind of show them who you are and the kind of stuff that you're interested in, and understand a little bit about them, and then see if there's a good fit and connection there. This is where I have had students get jobs by going through this. They're like, I've always wanted to work for this company. I got to meet with a manager. We ended up talking for 3 hours, and yada yada yada. By the end of the semester, they were like, so should I negotiate on how many vacation hours, or should I work on health benefits, or and they're asking me for tips about that because they're getting job offers from that company. So don't go out and find a connection with your, a relative or your best friend that's running a company or something like that. I want you to stretch yourself. Find a connection that makes sense for you. So that's the first requirement, or the grading rubric that I'll be using. The second is I want to see that this is related to the material. So when you interview someone, they're going to talk about their business and how they got started, and where they came from and their background and all that. And that's great stuff for the executive summary, to understand that. But it's your job to bring in the material from the textbook. So when you ask them about motivation, when you ask them about their environmental analysis and their competitors and what government or technology or legal or any of those kind of environmental factors, and then you ask them about their strengths and the weaknesses and opportunities and threats, you're going to start pulling in stuff from the material in the course. They're going to be impressed that you know that stuff, and I'm going to be looking for the write-up. I'm going to be looking to see that you're putting that material into this interview and into the paper, right? So I want to see the connection of the material to the interview and to the paper. And the third one is formatting. I want to make sure that it's spell checked and complete sentences. The SWOT analysis is kind of a you can do that in kind of a graph thing with bullet points and stuff like that. I just want it formatted nicely. If you So images, graphics, any of that stuff is great. But it's just kind of the basic housekeeping. You're in college, you should be able to write a paper by now, and that's what I'm looking for. Okay, so that's the criteria. Those are the expectations. So this week, like I said, get those interviews in, get the papers written, and just focus on that this week, guys. All right, with that, have a great week.